Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 4, version 1.8. I've had a cold all weekend, and I wasn't going to record any episodes because my voice was lacking, but I missed playing Kerbal Space Program like you miss an old friend, and so I decided to at least record one episode in which we orbit the moon, and I think we're going to play this season a little differently. We're not going to try to really just burst through all the different research and development and contracts as we go. We're going to take it pretty slowly, I think. I don't know how popular that'll be, but we're going to try to take it a little slowly, and we're going to try to build up our space program. And when I say build up our space program, we're going to do multiple missions of the same type in which we basically get experience for a lot of different Kerbals. And we may end up even hiring some Kerbals instead of just relying on rescued Kerbals. So these are the missions that we have right now. I did do a couple of missions for tourism and got a little bit of extra money, but I didn't do anything major. But I think for this next mission, we're going to do science data from space around Kerbal and space around the moon, and we will also explore the moon. And that will be our next step. We should have all of the technology and everything needed to do that. I think I have already modified our MK1 flyby to MK2 here, and I just added a little bit more fuel to it, and that's really about it. I did straighten up the science that we had in place there, so I think we should be good to go there. We have 6256, which should be plenty to get us into orbit around the moon. We will be taking Jebediah this time around. He has not been to the moon yet. Valentina did a flyby of the moon. Jebediah will do this flyby of the moon, and then we may end up modifying a rocket so that we can have multiple Kerbals fly by the moon as well. So I just want to make sure my staging is all good here, and I think it is. And we're going to launch for an orbit of the moon. So I hope you forgive me of my voice nasally nastiness. That is the recovering from a cold, but I wanted to get at least one episode recorded this weekend. Normally I record 7, so I think one is doable. So let's go ahead and get ready for launch, and 3, 2, 1, launch. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. I did get some of my visual mods reinstalled. You can see I got some clouds here and some other things. I got Planet Shine and I got Eve, both updated. However, Scatterer, which is what makes the ocean look so nice, has still not been updated. So I have not been able to get an update for it, and so we still have the ugliness that is Scatterer in place there. So I'm going to go ahead and just spin this around just a little bit so that whenever we drop the boosters, they just fall away from the rocket, just like that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to pop this guy on up into orbit. I'm going to be a little more aggressive now, and hopefully we can push him up into a more horizontal thrust vector here, and without flipping. I think we're outside of the danger of flipping now at this point. You can see we do have some cities showing down there. That's from the Eve module, so that's back. We're gonna go up to around 100,000 or so as far as height, so we should be good to go there, and we should have plenty of fuel to get all of this done, I think. Alright, we have just gone to our upper stage, and this should get us into orbit here. I'm going to go ahead and get into a more horizontal burn position and push ourselves into orbit. I'm going to let it get up to about 100,000, and then we're going to kill the throttle. There we go. And we're going to drift on up to our apoapsis, finalize our burn, and then we will go on our way towards the moon here. Alright. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and initialize our burn. Gonna do that. And should have plenty of fuel to get us to the moon, get into orbit, and then get back. Alright. Don't think we have any additional science that we can get at this time, but I'm going to check. I think we've done a few missions, and yeah. Now we can go on EVAs now, so that's something new that we can do. And so once we get into orbit of Kerbal, we might do an EVA. I think I've actually did that in one of my tourist missions, but too bad. But we can go ahead and do it en route to the moon when we're high in space over the moon. Alright, so let's go ahead and do an EVA now just to make sure I got it. And do an EVA report. Yep, nothing there. Okay, very good. But we do need to go ahead and send this science from here. Oh, I didn't put an antenna on this thing. Oh, we can't send space. We'll have to do that next mission. Darn it. Okay. But we are in orbit, so that's good. And so let's go ahead and set a trajectory for the moon. Let's set that as our target. And we're going to go ahead and get into position. Add a maneuver node right there. And we're going to burn out. Whoops. A little aggressive there, buddy boy. Let's get this thing in about right. There will be good. Might be able to get it into around 100,000. There we go. That'll be nice. Yeah, let's go even further down. Let's go about 50,000. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and warp to that maneuver node. They have a new indicator here where you can warp to the maneuver node from this entry right here, which is really nice. I like that a lot. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and do our burn, which will be mostly prograde, but it'll be a little bit of radial as well. So take that into account. It is a 45-second burn, and so we will need to burn about 22 seconds. I'm a little late. We're going to go ahead and start the burn now, but it's fine. It don't have to be exact for this burn. We're just getting into a trajectory to get intercepted by the moon. What's happening? Oh. I forgot about that. Darn, I got space junk. I was going to drop that first. Darn you. Oh, man. That's what I get for playing with a cold. I got my first space junk. I was going to allow that to be dropped before we did our burn. That way I didn't run out of fuel en route and then drop it. Oh, well. We got a little bit of space junk now. It's going to be orbiting Kerbal here. Forever. Is what it is. That's what I get. With firing on only about 40% of my cylinders here. Oh, nasty. That is nasty. Okay, let's go a little bit radial out here and see if we can just clean this up just a little. We don't want this. That's an unhealthy orbit there. All right. Let's go retrograde. There we go. Beautiful. It's not too bad. Okay, so now we've got 1596 in our pocket left for Delta V. And we're going to go ahead and warp out here to the sphere of influence for the moon. And then we're going to do some science. And since we can go on EVA, we're going to do some of the science. And then we'll go pop out, grab the experiments, and then do a few more experiments as well. So that's the idea. Let's see. Getting into position for the moon. Here we go. Can you go any slower, bro? Jeez. There you go. Now you're talking. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab some science from here. Once the time warp ends here. I can't believe I forgot to put an antenna on this. Actually, I can believe. I can believe it just quite easily. Alright. So, log the temp. No additional temperature from here. Alright, so let's go ahead and go up to the periapsis of the moon. We're going to add a maneuver. We're going to pop into an orbit. That should be 228 delta V. That's not bad. We could probably make it a little bit less if we wanted. Whoops. If we wanted to save some delta V, we can make it a much bigger orbit there. Oops. Wow, that thing is touchy. That thing is touchy. Alright, that'll do. 200. I'm going to go ahead and warp to this, and then we're going to go ahead and get into orbit of the moon. Alright, very good. So we're going to do a burn now in which we achieve an orbit for the moon. And then we can do some additional science for that. Alright, we now have an orbit of the moon. There we go. So, in an orbit of the moon, let's go ahead and do a crew report. We'll keep that. We will do a temperature. Keep that. Barometer pressure. Keep that. We will do a mystery goo. We will keep that. Not much to get there. We're going to do an EVA. EVA report. Keep that. And there we go. We now have 2 contracts. Explore the moon. We did that. We entered the orbit of the moon, performed a spacewalk in the orbit of the moon, and we did our contract where we explored the moon. And then, so now, I guess we're ready to go back into orbit of Kerbal. And let's see here. I want to try to get into a nice orbit of Kerbal. Oops. Let's go over here to this side so that our periapsis is as low as possible. There, look at that. That's beautiful right there. I want that. Okay. That right there will do just fine. Let's see if we can get it so that we don't crash into Kerbal's atmosphere. Alright. 87,000. Let's go down to about 56,000. Let's go about 50,000. We'll get back into orbit of Kerbal, and then we'll try to land close to the Space Center. So I'm going to go ahead and get into position here to do this burn. What a view, what a view. So we're going to go ahead and get another mystery goo here high over the moon. Okay. And let's see here. Any other science we can get that... No. It looks like everything else is all good. Alright, already got all those. Let's do another EVA, perhaps. Okay, why not? Okay, so now we're going to go to our maneuver node here. We're going to burn towards Kerbal. And our electric charge is running low, so we're going to have to be careful. Because the Terrier will not recharge our batteries. So... definitely need to be aware of that, and we'll definitely need to unlock batteries in the next little thing here. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into position to do this burn. And it's a short burn. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And this should put us into a position that we can get captured by the atmosphere and still control our landing position. Because we can kind of... determine where we're going to end up at in our re-entry here. Alright, if we can keep our battery power high enough. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn off SAS because it takes electric charge. We don't need it for this just warping to back to Kerbal. So bye bye moon and hello Kerbal. Few hours we will be back into Kerbal's sphere of influence and coming into a capture there. We'll come in, we will slow down, get into an orbit around Kerbal, determine our landing point as close to the space center as possible, and then we'll be in position to do something nice here. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and speed up time. We're coming in. Oh, did I get all of my... Oh god, let's just do a quick EVA. Let's get all the science we can. Can't restore that. Let's collect the data. Okay. Anything else we need to collect? No, okay, good. Whew, that scared me. Okay. Any other science we can get right quick? Nope. Not at this time. Okay, that's fine. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and hit the Atmo. Get slowed down here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on SAS again. We're going to go retrograde. When we get to our periapsis, we are going to do a burn to decrease our apoapsis. We've got plenty of fuel to do so, so we're going to do that. So we're going to bring that in to about 100,000 or so. About 100,000. Very good. Just bring that on in. Alright, yeah, we're doing really well. Okay. Okay. And bingo. Alright, so now we're going to go to our apoapsis, which is up here. We're going to hit a little bit of more atmosphere here. Slow us down. Not too much. We should still be above, hopefully above the point where we're fully captured and forced to a landing. But if we do get forced into a landing, that's fine too. I might have pulled our apoapsis in just a little bit too much. Yeah, I did. That's too bad. Alright, well that's okay. We're going to go ahead and land wherever then. Where are we going to land? We are going to probably land somewhere on this continent here, which is fine. I don't know what we're getting a signal from right there, but something. Getting a signal from something. Might as well just stop here, man. On the other side of the planet. Let's see if we can at least make it to the daylight. At least make it to daylight here. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save. You never know. You just never know. Looks like it's presuming we're going to impact in the water right now. I don't want that. It's slowly bringing it back. We can always pump our brakes a little bit. Make sure we at least land on the edge of this continent here. Oh boy. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Over the Badlands. What the heck's the Badlands? What's the Badlands? That sounds like something out of Warhammer. Okay. We're coming in hot and fast, boys and girls. Grasslands is what it's saying now. Okay. As long as we don't hit those mountains. Let's go ahead and slow her on down. Detach that. Bye-bye. Yeah, I totally got that upside down. Look at that. Idiot. I put in my decoupler upside down. Luckily that didn't come back and bite me. Okay. We are now coming down over the grasslands. Nothing new there. Can we do an EVA over the grasslands? Sure can. You bet your boots we can, Roy. And touchdown. The coupler blew up. Okay, let's go ahead and recover the vessel here. Can we get another EVA here? Yeah. Very good. Okay. Let's recover the vessel and see what we got from this little journey here. And 200 science. That's not bad for a moon flyby. Okay. Well, I guess it was an orbit of the moon. Jeb orbited the moon. Okay, good. And we got 456 science. That should be plenty to get us quite a few research opened up. And we're going to do that next episode. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And more importantly, come back for next time for another episode of Kerbal Space Program. See you guys later. Bye.